In 2001, I was diagnosed with lupus. Sometimes my body hurts so bad I can't even get off my bed. I was always out sick, and I couldn't find a way to pay the rent. I had a whole house full of people to support. If I had to leave, we would end up in a shelter.
At the time Sharon came to Legal Services of the Hudson Valley, she had received an eviction notice saying that she and her family had to be out of the home within 72 hours. She was frantic, confused, desperate.
I was a single mother. I was alone. A friend that I thought I could trust actually stole my rent money. The landlord was starting the eviction process. I was afraid that sheriffs were going to come knocking on my door. Me and my son, my 8-year-old son at the time, we would have nowhere to go. That's when I turned to the Legal Services of the Hudson Valley.
Helping families stay in their homes is a key part of Legal Services of the Hudson Valley's mission. Housing is the core of a person's life.
Once a family loses shelter, their whole life is destabilized. The parents can no longer work. School gets disrupted for the children, so they fall behind and they never catch up. So the whole family unit begins to fall apart, and whatever structures there are holding them in place just fall apart when they don't have a stable home to come home to and a base out of which to work.
Maya's an excellent student. If we had gotten evicted and I had to uproot them, they won't be able to go to the same school. Their friends won't be there. My son broke down crying. He started crying. I don't want to move. You can cut back on certain things, Ma. We can make it work. And that's what they put the fight in me that we can do this.
Sharon was doing the best that she could to try and fight the case on her own, but she needed our assistance. Based on the evaluation of the case, the landlord was charging her higher than the legal regulated rent.
I was working one job, then I had to take on a second job. Every dime, every penny was going on the rent. I found myself paying the rent and not paying the light. And then I would have to wait till I get paid again, take that money, and then put it on the rent or put it on the light. And then sometimes we wouldn't even eat.
My son Vincenzo, he has autism. He's so sweet, always smiling, always laughing. The routine is very important for him. I was afraid of him possibly regressing. It was crucial for him to maintain his school routine and his home routine.
Our clients are just like you and me. They're hardworking people who want to support their families. They may have one episode in their life, and then everything snowballs for them, and they need legal services to help them solve those problems so they can get back in the community and resume the hard work that they've been doing.
My landlord brought me down to his office. He kind of pushed me into signing documents. I was scared. I signed something that I didn't want to sign.
It's not uncommon for landlords to engage in certain practices, to try to pressure tenants into leaving so that way they can avoid the court process. It's extremely important for people like Brittany to have an attorney, because an attorney can explain to them what their rights are and explain to them that a landlord can't just decide to evict you. There actually has to be lease violations, and they have to prove those violations. I don't think that Brittany would have been able to face this legal situation without our help.
From here to there. Finding the legal services of the Hudson Valley was a big lifesaver. They were able to buy me the time that I needed to stay at home and continue to look for an apartment.
We were able to help her avoid a situation where she could have been homeless with her child.
When I showed up at the doorstep of Legal Services and I went inside and I sat down with all my documentation, I'm like, oh my goodness, somebody's listening. I felt like, okay, there's hope. There's hope for us. Maybe we're not gonna end up on the street.
At Legal Services, we fight tirelessly to advocate for our clients and get the best outcome. For Sharon's case, because of the complexity, it took 5 cases over the course of 3 years to preserve her housing, but ultimately we were able to keep her and her family in their home.
My lawyer from Legal Services of Hudson Valley was an advocate for me in court. She went above and beyond to help me.
I know what it takes to fight, but I didn't have that extra helping hand, and I needed that. Having Angela on my side, I felt amazing. I felt untouchable.
Legal Services is not just an agency. I feel like they're part of my family now.
Today we live in a 3-bedroom apartment. My son has his own room and his own playroom, and he still goes to the school, and he's been making a lot of progress, and he's happy. This is home.
Today, oh my God, I love my life. I love my home. I take pride in my home. Knowing that my kids are happy, that we're comfortable and they're safe, that means more to me than anything else. Anything.